Best Trading presents How I Trade Every Day. Here is your host, Jeff Glass. Well, hi there. Yes, he's here, but he is getting ready to trade. Oh, he didn't tell me you were coming. Come on in. He is over at his trading desk. I am sure he would love for you to join him.
Hey guys, Jeff Glass here with Best Trading. As you can see on the screen, this is what I trade with every day. This is my thinkorswim main screen. As you can see, I have 6 charts up there with my left sidebar. I want to go over this in general with you, just so you can get the way I set everything up and how I use it. And then I'm going to zoom in on some details in a little bit after that. So up here on thinkorswim, you see this is my account, and it's a small account. I just have a few thousand in it, and that's it. So I'm not looking for expensive stocks. And then this is my current account positions. I've blocked all those out because what I wanted you to focus on are these 6 column headings. When I zoom in, you should write these down. They're very helpful for your current account positions to keep track of them when they might be going up and you want to sell them. Next is my scanner. That's called a watch list, but it is in fact a scanner, and this is the name of my scanner. It's a 10-cent minimum to $2 maximum. And this is set at 1 million volume minimum. And normally what I do in pre-market is I start out with about 300,000 minimum and increase my volume on my scanners as the day goes on. As more people are trading and the volume increases, I want to increase the volume on my scanners, my minimum volume. So start off with about 300,000 early in the morning, and then 500,000 around 7 o'clock. And then just before opening at 9, I'll switch it to 1 million and leave it right there for the day, 1 million minimum. Now, just below this scanner is another scanner, and it picks up where this one leaves off. This one was 10 cents to $2. The one below it is $2 to $20, and same volume setup, 300,000 in pre-market, 500,000 around 8 o'clock, and 1 million around 9 o'clock or just before opening. Now, the way I use this is I have set this column right here on the scanner. This is mark percent change. And I will set it in descending order so that the highest percent gaining stocks are on the top. Now, right now, this is set at highest volume stocks on the top because this image was taken in the afternoon. But in pre-market, I start off this way, and then I switch to highest volume around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock noon. And with the 6 charts up here, what I do is I take the top 6 gainers, and I have them on a chart. And the way I do that is I use thinkorswim's links. So I have a red number 1, yellow number 2, then a number 3, a number 4, number 5, and a number 6. And so when I want to place a stock on the chart, I just click on this link here and set it to the chart number that I want it. For example, if I see a stock on my scanner and I want to put it on chart number 4, which is right here, I change that link to a 4 and click on that stock. Voila, it appears over here on chart number 4. I think that's very common for most trading platforms, but a new beginner, a new trader might not really know how to use that. So I can set up stocks quickly because when I start out in pre-market, I'm going to put up the top 6 gaining stocks. But after an hour or 2 hours, 1 or 2 of those stocks might be going down and are no longer gaining stocks. And I see some other ones appearing as their volume increases. They're going to appear on the scanner. And as their gaining increases, they're going to appear at the top of the list. So I might say, well, I'm going to replace number 5 here. It's not doing anything. I'm going to replace it with this one. So I just click number 5 on the link and then click the stock and it goes over here. So that's how I use it in a broad general sense to find the stocks with the scanners, and then place those stocks on a chart. Now I'm going to zoom in on one of these charts and explain the details of it to you. Okay, now let me say this before I zoom in on those charts, that all of these charts are 5-minute charts. They're all Heikin-Ashi charts, and they all have the exact same settings, indicators, and the lower chart indicators as well. They're all exactly set up exactly the same way. So I'm going to zoom in on this chart over here. Let's pull that over here so that we are now looking at the left sidebar. You can see this scanner over here and chart number 1. Might be a little out of focus because it's zoomed in a little high. Let me back that up a little. That doesn't really help that much, but there you go. So the first thing I want you to notice is write down these column headings on the scanner. You have the symbol, mark percent change, then mark change, which is dollar amounts, then mark, then low, and then volume, which is daily volume. And you see that little arrow right there? That is what you use to make it increasing or decreasing in the column. Now I use mark on all these because if you use net percent change or net change or net, they won't work in pre-market. They usually come up 0. Some of them work, some of them don't. So I discovered that mark works in pre-market. So I use it all the time because I'm not going to switch back and forth. So now let me go over some details about my charts so maybe you can set them up the same way because they really work well for me. And I'll explain this why, how it works. Because as you see, I'm looking at 6 charts. So my eyes are going from one chart to another, to another, to another, constantly moving. Plus, I'm constantly looking at the scanner to see if there's a new stock that appears. You know, that always happens around 8 o'clock and certainly after opening, new stocks appear. So what am I looking for? Am I just looking around? No, I'm looking for very specific things. And here's what they are. As you can see, I have a red horizontal dotted line. That is yesterday's low, and a green horizontal dotted line, that's yesterday's high. So on today's chart, I can see where yesterday's high and low was. So that helps me keep a perspective of what's going on with the price of this stock. Now, as the stock starts off in opening, this dark area right here is the start of opening, 9:30 Eastern time. And so the stock starts going down. There's a little drop right here and then a little rise. Well, that might fake you out. You might want to buy it. So be careful. Look for these things. It's going to go down, down, down. So after it's been going down, say for several hours, this first red vertical line here is 130. Now I drew those vertical lines on here just for this video to show you what I'm looking for. So at 130, this hits a low. And so I'm thinking it looks good to start back up here. I don't know that for sure at this point, right? I just know that it's at a low point. But I also noticed that it's been on the MACD down here, it's been below the 0 line for several hours. And there's a white arrow saying that the MACD white average line here is going to go up. And it does. And this arrow tells me it's going to go up. And I've got it repeated on the top chart. So that's a good sign. And so right after that is a purple arrow, which means the price has risen above my purple moving average, which is the highest moving average I have on this chart. So, and I also have a Hull moving average that is red coming down and white going up. So you see that little white upward line? It's the same as the white upward line on the MACD. Everything on my charts are color coordinated, so I can easily spot what's going on. Now, so I might buy it right there, but you had a fake out over here at the beginning, right? It went up, but it didn't keep going up. So I would say to myself, well, what if that's just like the beginning? It goes up, but doesn't keep going up. So I don't buy there. Reason is high risk, because there's always that possibility it's going to go down right there. Why make a trade on a high risk event when you could just look around for a better trade that is extremely low risk? There's plenty of trades available, just trying to make a few good trades a day. One or two, that's it. So I wait, and here it doesn't go down again. See, it stays right up here. So it's going level right here. If you know anything about TTM, that would be called a TTM squeeze right there. So it's going level. And so I'm waiting to see if maybe it's going to go up. So what do I get? I get two purple arrows, which means the price went above that purple line 2 times. And then over here, there's another white arrow telling me it's going to go up again. And see, there's my white whole line. You can barely see it there. And it starts going up. And down here, the MAC average line starts going up, and my volume trend line starts going up right there. So yeah, I'm going to jump in and buy that right there at what, $1.23 or so. I mean, yeah, $1.23, and that's where I'd buy that. And that's the lowest risk I can see on this trade, and still getting in at the lowest possible point that is safe. And that's what you want as a new trader. Why take risks when you don't have to? Just look for a better trade or wait for it. So here it goes up. And just before closing, it's up here at the top. And so, you might think, well, after hours, after closing, it might go up even higher. I should hold on to it. Well, I'm not going to take that risk. Again, why take the risk? The way I look at it is, hey, if I bought 500 shares, I would have made, what, $140 on this trade if I sold it right there. So I'd be like, hey, I reached my goal of 100 to 200 a day on a small account. That's great. I'm going to take it and get out. If it goes up after hours, and if there's good volume continuing, and if I have any money left to make a trade, I can make another trade. But at this point, I've been in the market now since pre-market, and I'm awfully tired because I've been in it for like 8 hours now, more than that maybe. So I'm getting very tired. So I would just sell. See, that's how I trade. That's what I look for. That's what I trade. It works very well. Now we're going to look at some other charts as well. This one, as you see it opening, just went level and then down, then went up at 130. So let's take a look at some of these other charts because they're all different. So we're going to run through them.